Hello everyone, Namaste, welcome back to M's Book. Today I am on an adventure ride and I'm going to do rock climbing on this mountain. Let's begin. So this hill is situated in Veerichettipalli Village of Gudiyatam Taluka of Tamil Nadu, which falls on the border with Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu around Chittoor district. So I got to know about this hill from my dad, who had climbed it when he was in his schooling, and he also said that there are rock formations and abandoned constructions on the top of the hill. And now it's time for us to find out the abandoned construction and know more about it. So first let's lock my bike in a safe place, which is completely remote here, kind of a jungle. So now I'm following my father. So this is the man, my father, who had his adventurous life here. So he's guiding me all over to the place. So we are walking. So following my dad, I am totally into a remote place where you find very few people. Like you have one or two people walking around, roaming around, and that too one per 2 hour. So it's like very remote. There are only people who cultivate the below lands, walk around, but even they don't, I think so, they don't climb up the mountain, the hill. So it's very remote, and right now we are at the base of the hill. You can see a splendid beauty around, and this is my father who is guiding me climb the hill. And this looks really stunning, which is a kind of steep, and I found a rock which is runs there, and now we find the first sighting of our research here. So I found a pillar on which the ideal of Ganesha is carved, and this pillar has been since maybe 100 years ago, I think so. So this is a first sighting of which states that there could have been some human settlements here. And as we walk up ahead for more evidences, so I was having a question like, what kind of people would have stayed here? Are they general civilians, or whether is it used as an watchtower or a high eagle view of for the kings? As I move up, I find second evidence for my research, that I find a neatly cut rock foundation layout on which I could even see brick fragments or pieces which should have been used as some kind of a building by the people. So but who would stay here, and what would be their main source of water and stuff? So to know the answers, I climbed little up to see. I could see some rain water stagnant here, and I found even fishes in this small pit of water. They were baby fishes. If they were baby fishes, I could find their parents too. And I found a few carvings in the mountain. I guess they would have happened due to erosion, due to rainwater falling into them and slowly eroding it out. And now these waters are not completely edible. I find amphibians, frogs in them, but this forms a complete curved structure, which is a perfect place to have their cattle or horses tied up. So they might have their people or administration happening in the building up before, where we saw this rock foundation, and the horses could have been tied here in the shade. But to see more, I have to climb this small rock, which is not which doesn't have a proper structure to climb up. So I have to use my climbing skills to go up. And I am climbing or doing this activity at exactly at noon time, maybe some 11:30 or 12, where you can see sun shining right up my head. And to see more, I climbed up but the other side did not look promising for any other evidences, since it was just a cliff. So, and I don't have even a proper gear to climb up this hill, so I don't want to take any risks of falling down from the cliff. So just a peak, and as soon as I got to know that's a cliff, I started to walk back. So yeah, so I have to definitely go back. So I saw this rock formations in which we had 3 places where water is stagnated, and that would provide enough sufficient water to for the cattle or horses to drink. So as you can see in the picture, and now it's time for me to climb up the hill to find more evidences for the existence and to know what kind of people would have stayed here. But as you see it, there is no a proper path to climb up. It's all slightly chiseled out structures or small holes to have been placed for us to climb up, so in which barely you can fit your leg or hand. So we have to climb up on your 4 limbs. You have to use your hands and legs to climb up. So from this itself, I slowly can conclude that this was not meant for kings or queens to climb up. This was meant for only to soldiers who could protect or guard the city, and which would provide a clear watchtower location to look out for the invasions or any people coming up. So we can confirm that once I reach to the top of the tower, where I'll have a clear view of the whole geography from the top. See, we don't have even chiseled places all around, so we have these pits, so you can use even these pits to climb up. But now the rock is burning and the sun is shining right above my head, so I am not able to place my palms. My palms have already started to burn, so I can't even wait much time in a single place, because that will exhaust my energy too. So slowly trying to climb up, and moreover I have my father has done it when he was in his schooling, and and it's like a kind of pride or a question to my dignity here, and he would straight away say that I did it in my schooling and now you are almost a man and you are not able to do this. So and that too runs in my mind to protect my dignity, and I can't talk about any bravery before him from next time if I don't do this. So you can see this water, the rainwater that has been eroding from the top has left these marks around, and this is clearly a tough task to climb up. So people with good flexibility can do it. I don't want to boast myself like I'm good at flexibility also, but you would need good skills to climb or good stamina to push yourself up. As you can see, there are this chiseled out pits and even the rainwater harvested regions, which would slightly help you in gripping it. And I am also injured on my index finger of right hand, so I can't use my right hand completely for the grip. So as the index finger is injured, I can't pressure it more, so my grip totally lies on my left hand, where I am a righty. So one slide or one wrong move on this cliff, you will straight up land on the base of the hill. If I do anything wrong, or if I do any wrong step, I might straight away slide down and give a high five to my father. And falling upon rocks will not leave you with small injuries. That might even cause to fatal injuries also. So got to be really careful and never do rock climbing on a sunny day, that too at noon times, where the sun is shining at its best and even the rock gets burnt, where you can see it's like an pan, with a fried pan on which you're trying to climb. So, and this is being the first time uh, climbing this hill. I don't know which way to take to go to the top of the hill, so I'm confused here now and then. As you can see, I'm literally confused at this place to choose which left or right way to go to the top, but I have to use my senses here that instead of climbing on the rock, I can choose these grassy patches where you have some mud, where you will have less rock, so that I can protect myself and my palms from burning. So, and so using this little sensible way of this mud, but you got to be literally be very careful when you put your leg or hand in the grassy regions, where you might find lots of snakes and scorpions, centipedes hiding from the sun. As soon as you place your hand or leg, if you're not completely protected, you might be stung. So a general hospital or a government hospital from this location is very too far. So we have traveled a long distance into the rural areas, and we took even muddy terrains to reach this place. So if I have to reach a hospital from here, it's really too far. So got to be really cautious and careful in doing all these adventures here. And as you can see, there is a lot of green patchy areas where we don't have a lot of cultivation happening. So I met a guy on the way, and I asked him like, why you guys are not cultivating this land, or you don't have sufficient water, or what is the reason? So he said that we have water here to cultivate, but the main reason is warthogs or Indian wild boars, which would come and destroy their crops as soon as they have planted it, and so they eat away all the seeds. There's a season of groundnut, so as soon as they spread the seeds, these animals come and eat it off. So literally, like, I'm in a jungle, so snakes is not a big thing here, so I might easily find a snake, but I'm being cautious not to disturb them. So you can see how cliffy this is. So one wrong step and once wrong move, you are down, and you should have proper boots or equipment to climb this up in a safe way. You can risk always doing it. So now I am in this place where I'm not sure which way to pick. What a splendid view. So there deep down, that's my father there standing, who is an ex-serviceman who was worked in Indian Army. So he would have done all these activities, and he has a best knowledge about all this since he served in army. So he was the one who brought me to this place, and he was like, go climb it up. I was like, seriously, Dad, you want me to do this? Yeah, but he pushed, he was like, come on, go do it. I would also have done it, but since I am aged, I don't want to take risk, so you can do it. So I just wanted to even research on this, like what this place was used as, and it's also fun. Rock climbing is also fun. Like, I enjoy doing adventures like this, but still a small cautiousness is required when you do it. So all these green patchy areas, so you see, you might find even deep pits in between these patchy areas, so you got to be really careful. If at all you get dropped into the pit, and you might get stuck up. So this is the worst nightmare for all the mountaineers or rock climbings or cliff climbers. So whenever they try to fall down in some pit or a space, they have to, if they get stuck in there, they have to wait until they see some another human being there to rescue them. There are people who have even died in these pits. I mean, not here exactly, these kind of pits all over the world. So it's really needed to be careful. My hands are burnt. I can feel that burnt sensation. So I have to be very careful when where I put my hands, because there might be any snake or a scorpion hiding out in the cracks. So as soon as I touch them, they might sting me. So I need to be very careful. And I find this green patchy place. I hope there are no any pits in between. So and look at this view, man, amazing. Now I find there is no any hideout for people or a large convoy that's marching in. So this place should be a perfect place to have a watch on. So hopefully this kind of tough terrains, yeah, basically there will be a small group of soldiers who are living and they'll be giving their guard or protect. Basically it would be like they kind of cook and store their food supplies in the down, and one group will be protecting that place, and another group will be on the top of this hill giving their watch. So now I'm wearing paratrooper boots, which are put to a good use now. So I'm completely satisfied with this. So I have to do a jump. I have to keep my legs only on the rocks. I don't want to put it anywhere in between these trees or stuff. So I am literally standing on my toes and trying to jump now to get into this gap. Done it. Yeah. So as you can see, there is no other option for me to go to the other side, because that's also a kind of cliff there. If at all I find any pit or any unclimbable place, I will be stuck up. So I just want to use this gap, but it's kind of wet, so that might be slippery, but no other option since I didn't know a correct route to climb it. So I am using this. This is the last moment or the last toughest part of this whole trekking. So I am literally not able to do it. So I got slipped here a little bit, but managed to hold between those gaps using my boots. And there is even water dripping here, which will not give me a proper grip here. So but I have to do it. I can't give it up. I can't just give it up. So one last try and one last push, using all my strength. Yeah, I pushed it. Yeah, I'm on top now. You can see these brick like structures. As soon as I climbed up, this was a surprise. Brick constructions here. Good. So this is what I was searching for, brick constructions, and this clearly tells that there was some civilization here, and this should be definitely some watchtower in such a topography. As you can see, yeah, I did it. Woo. So let me find more evidences or more information about this. For now I can see a pool which could be maintained. If it is maintained well, which this waters will be completely edible. And when you look around, there is no other hill or mountain range very close by, so which is a perfect place for watch. So and we can easily identify any invading army or invading troops in this path. So from here we could easily pass the communication to the kingdom, and the kingdom can be alerted at earliest. So let's see where my dad is and how. Let's see the way that we have climbed up. I'm happy that I'm on the top, but now I'm worried, like, how do I get down? So getting down is going to be a biggest challenge every time. So climbing up, you go up against the gravity and you climb up, but when you get down, you will be acting towards the gravity. So that's the toughest part. So now Just admire the view. Wow. Such a clear sky. It's both good and as well as bad to do trekking at this temperatures. So this should have been used as a pool, and they have made some constructions on the other end to get into the pool and get out easily. So this is definitely their source of water here for the people who stay on the top and give their guard or protect it. And this from this height, as they see to the bottom, so the way that I climbed up, it's easy for any person who is on the top to shoot out or hit the people who are trying to climb the hill. And the climbing way is also steep, and on the other end is a cliff, so nobody will try to climb up from the cliff, so that would need a lot of equipment to climb. So this is a proper advantageous position, and nearby there are no any other mountains. Not even these ranges are close by, they're too far. And all over it's like completely plain lands. Of course we would have trees, but when you have horses and big caravans and chariots, big army coming up, it's easy, it could be easily identified. So there you see this hill, this called Veerichettipalli. My father says that mountain is tougher than this mountain to climb up, where you have to use the help of a root of a tree to climb up and then the same way to climb down. So that's really tough. It is given the name Veerichettipalli just because there are carvings and rock formations where water is stored. Even the sunlight can't penetrate into those waters, so there are such dark regions there. So something for another adventure. Yeah. So I want to go look at more evidences. So walking around, but I have to get down fast to can't spend more time in this temperature here. I get exhausted. I'm already exhausted here climbing it up. Wow. Look, yeah, finally found a strong evidence for human settlement on this hill. So basically these are the pillars that are left over. Maybe it would have been really some hundreds of years ago when people were using it very actively and maintaining this place. So this is it's look like my search is been successful here. So a little stretching, trying to get rid of all the aches from the climbing up. And now let's go look into this construction that I've made here. So it's basically a L-shaped construction which has been done. Yeah, a proper construction architecture around the water pool that they have, so people can rest, give a watch, and then come back, take rest, and food supplies would come from the bottom, or they might also bring the supplies onto the top and cook here and eat, and when those supplies are over, again go back to the bottom and get it up. So yeah, that's an easy way to have it. And this bunkers or storage on the bottom will store all the food supplies and horses for these people to transport. Yeah. Now the toughest part has come. Which way to pick to go down, to go home, because those people had their deposits or storage of the food, but for me to have food I have to go home. Nobody will give me food here, so I have to climb down now. That's the toughest part now. If I do make one wrong move, I have doubled the chances of getting hit or getting injured. So it's completely steep, so I would go down sliding or rolling. I don't want to give my dad a headache again and he will not bring me for next time. So as you climb up, you have to make your own ways here. You have to use your brain to choose which way to go down. So the best way is the way you have come up is the best way to go down. So I am trying to go back to the path that I came up. So for this I have to do a jump. Yeah, first, and yes, done it. So meanwhile, I was having a question like whose kingdom or whose king or which dynasty would have had their watchtowers or their soldiers onto the top. So you can see that the bottom there is a huge stone which is in the shape of a fish actually. So if that's it's just my analysis or my imagination. You can completely blame me on this. I kind of feel that is a kind of a fish, and Pandyans who were the kings of the southern region, their symbol on the flag was fish. So they might have ruled over this place. I think so. I'm not completely or an expert in solving these riddles. So I think there should be Pandyans based on the rock they have put in the ahead, or rock formation that they have made there. So now carefully walking down, and see, that was a slip, and I could manage to keep my legs in a firm place again. And for now I have to use this water passages to climb down, because since I have a good shoe, so I can completely make a good use of it. I found few cactus also on the top, which means it's like they have a good soil to grow. And also they looks like they receive even a good amount of rainwater. Slowly trying to walk down, and the best way to walk down is sit on the rock and slowly slide down using putting all your pressure on the legs. So this way you will be less tired, and as well as less chances of getting hit or getting rolled on a rock or slipped out. So I figured it out. So once I was doing a trekking and my friend told me this. So now applying it, slowly trying to move down. My palms, they are already burnt. I can feel it, and I can't keep them down. So got to take some rest before I go meet my dad, who's waiting for me down. And that guy is completely chilled out. He's not even looking at me. He is swiping his phone. God, man, he's got too much of confidence on me. Let's go down. Yeah, can't wait here all day. I'm already hungry. Have a look at the cliff side of this mountain, which is also very beautiful, with a lot of eroded curves inside, and which are completely filled with honeycombs. So this is all for today, guys. Thanks for watching, and please do let me know how do you feel about this rock climbing skill in the comment section, and please let me know if you know anything more about this location. and see you guys in another video. Have a happy day and say hi to the Panther. This is my bike, and this is me, Manoj, signing off from Emsburg. Cheers.